My name's Daniel, and I've never been what you'd call a jealous man. Married 7 years to Lily, a woman with more grace in her pinky than I've seen in most people's whole lives. She's a professional dancer, elegant, disciplined, radiant in a way that drew everyone into her orbit. I used to joke she didn't walk into rooms, she choreographed her entrance. Me? I was the grounded one. I built things. Houses, furniture, the occasional model airplane for our nephews. She danced, I created two worlds that somehow complemented each other. We met at a community arts fundraiser. I was there helping my brother set up the sound equipment, and she was the headliner, doing this haunting modern dance routine that made the entire crowd fall silent. I asked her out before the stage lights had even cooled down. Fast forward 7 years, and our life looked picture perfect. We had a small but cozy apartment filled with plants she always managed to keep alive, unlike me, and a cat named Tango who loved her more than he tolerated me. We shared coffee in the mornings, kissed goodbye with lingering affection, and told each other everything. Or at least, I thought we did. About 6 months ago, Lily was cast as the lead in a contemporary dance production that was supposed to open in the spring. The company brought in a new choreographer, Theo, someone fresh from a major European tour, with accolades and Instagram fame to match. I remember when she first mentioned his name, eyes glowing. "He's intense but brilliant," she said. "He sees things in movement that no one else does." At first, I chalked up her long hours to the usual intensity of rehearsal season. Late nights at the studio, coming home exhausted, sometimes too tired to talk, let alone be intimate. But it wasn't just the schedule. Something else had shifted. She started dressing differently, clothes a bit more revealing, even for dance. She stopped telling me about her day. The warmth in our conversations became performative. Then came the night I picked her up from rehearsal unannounced. I thought I'd surprise her, bring her favorite takeout, Thai noodles and coconut rice. But when I walked into the studio's side entrance, I heard music still playing and laughter that didn't belong to a dance routine. There was a dim glow from the stage lights, shadows moving like ghosts. I moved quietly, staying near the wall. That's when I saw them, Lily and Theo. Not rehearsing. Not stretching. Kissing. It wasn't a stolen peck, either. It was the kind of kiss people write poems about. Her hand on his chest, his fingers tracing the curve of her spine like he knew every muscle beneath her skin. I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. I just stood there like some cliché ghost in the wings of a play. They didn't see me. I backed out slowly, takeout bag in hand, heart burning a hole through my chest. That ride home felt like an out-of-body experience. I didn't confront her. Not that night. When she came home hours later, she climbed into bed without a word, whispering "love you" like nothing was wrong. That was 2 weeks ago. And I've been spiraling ever since. Every night she leaves for rehearsal, I die a little more. I question everything, every laugh, every moment of silence, every look that lingered too long. Was it always him? Or was it something I did or didn't do? I haven't told anyone. Not yet. Not even my best friend, who'd probably tell me to leave her, get out before she turns my heart to ash. But part of me wants to believe it's fixable. That maybe it was just a moment, a mistake. Or maybe I'm just scared to admit I lost her, not to some stranger, but to someone who moves like her, who speaks in rhythm and breathes in tempo. I don't know what comes next. But something tells me the next rehearsal is going to be different. This time, I won't be watching from the shadows. I sat in the car outside the rehearsal studio for an hour before I worked up the nerve to go in. This time, I wasn't holding takeout or wearing hope on my sleeve. I wasn't there for surprises or second chances. I was there for clarity, for the ugly truth in full stage light. It was quiet, which surprised me. No thumping bass echoing through the walls. No scattered laughter or the hum of exhausted dancers pushing through muscle fatigue. Just the soft creak of the studio's back door as I let myself in, key still in hand from when Lily had given it to me in case of emergencies. Maybe this counted. I followed the faint sound of piano chords coming from Studio B. The room where the leads rehearsed, where Lily spent most of her nights these days. My sneakers made barely a sound on the polished wood floor, but my heartbeat sounded like a war drum in my chest. And there they were. Not kissing this time. Dancing. It was a slow, intimate pas de deux, bare feet on bare floor, his hand on her lower back, her body melting into his like she didn't have a spine. She wasn't dancing. She was surrendering. Her eyes were closed, and her breath matched his. You don't move like that with someone unless you trust them more than you trust yourself. And I was watching my wife give herself away. Theo didn't notice me at first. Lily did. She froze mid-step, her eyes widening as she pulled away from him like she'd touched a stove. The music didn't stop, but the dance did. Daniel, she said. Just my name. No panic. No guilt in her voice. Just a quiet kind of devastation, like she knew this was the moment everything would break. Theo stepped back, his face unreadable. I didn't look at him. I only had eyes for her. How long? I asked. My voice wasn't angry, it was too tired for that. How long has this been going on? She hesitated. The first time was 3 weeks ago, she whispered, as if lowering the volume would lessen the impact. But the feelings started long before that. I didn't want this to happen, Dan. I swear, I didn't come looking for it. But you didn't walk away either, I said, my voice flat. You stayed. You gave him more of you than I've had in months. Theo cleared his throat. Maybe I should give you 2 a minute. Don't, I said sharply, finally looking at him. You've had enough minutes with my wife. He raised his hands and took a step back. I turned back to Lily. I came here thinking I'd catch you. I already did that weeks ago. But I stayed because I needed to see it again, needed to see if there was anything left worth saving. I looked at her face, trying to find the woman who used to wake me up with cold feet and sleepy kisses. And I couldn't find her. I think you fell in love with him, I said. She didn't deny it. I don't know if it's love, she said, her eyes filling. But it's something. Something that makes me feel like me again. I don't even know who I am when I'm with you anymore, Dan. We built this beautiful life, but somewhere in the building, I stopped dancing for myself. That's not an excuse, I said quietly. You could have talked to me. You could have told me instead of this. I know, she whispered. I was afraid. Afraid that if I said it out loud, it would make it real. It is real, I said. And now we can't go back. I didn't wait for her to respond. I turned and walked out, the weight of 7 years heavy on my shoulders. She didn't call after me. She didn't chase me. Back in the car, I sat in silence. The pain was sharp, but there was clarity too. I had seen the truth with my own eyes, and there was no unseeing it. No salvaging what had already unraveled. The apartment would be quiet when I got back. Tango would be waiting by the door, meowing for dinner. Her stuff would still be there, her plants, her mugs, the throw blanket she always said made the couch look cozier. But by tomorrow, it would start changing. She'd come for her things. Or I'd pack them up. Either way, the dance was over. I didn't cry until I turned the key in the ignition. That was our final act, a slow fade, no standing ovation. Just silence, and the sound of footsteps exiting stage left.